Good morning, Devils fans, on a nice back-to-back game weekend as we're going to take on the Calgary Flames today at 4 p.m. Gonna make this one pretty quick because I got places to be. Gonna be hanging out with some Devils fans today. Probably have a nice little watch party. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. What can we expect from today's game? Well, starting goalie has some contention among the fan base. I know that. Do you start Vitex? We have Schmidt for the Oilers. Do you start Akira today for the more likely win, and then throw VTech to the Wolves against a Oilers team that is just absolutely exploding? McDavid is back on his ish and all that. Well, it could go really either way for me. I don't think it makes that much of a difference, but I always hold firm on my gut reaction takes, and so my preference, although it's like 51-49 really, would be to start VTech today. Reason being, and it's kind of reading tea leaves and getting way too into the weeds on it, but if you start Akira today and lose, I mean, the team, how confident are they going to be with VTech behind them against the Oilers? Now, obviously, you don't go into a game planning to lose, but that's obviously a realistic thing that can happen. We've lost to San Jose, although we are playing some of our best hockey now that we actually have a healthy lineup. Whereas if you play VTech today and lose, well, you can still feel strong after Akira's had a string of good starts when it's not been back-to-back, if you throw out that San Jose game. And then he also can give you a fighting chance against the Oilers. But to be honest, I don't really care either way. Just pick one. The other one's going to play tomorrow, and that's just going to be what it is. So, what about Calgary themselves? They've been playing well, but they are on a downtrend, and we also know that they are mostly just looking to sell off at this point because, well, they don't want to risk having a bunch of guys walk on them for nothing like had happened last time. So, this is really going to be a look at two, if not three guys that our management team have almost outright said they are eyeing up, and that is Tanev, Hannafin, although his name's not as much out there as Tanev, and even Markstrom, I think, would be someone we're keeping an eye on if he is the starter. Markstrom has been by far and away their best goalie. He is saving above expected by 2.2, so nothing too insane, but doing quite well. Their other goalies, especially Vladar, not great at all. Devils, Oilers level goaltending from them. So if we get Vladar, could be a much different game versus if we got Markstrom. So the starting goalie will definitely make a difference in the Calgary matchup. Their forward lines, for the most part, have played very well. Yeezy has Sharangovich, going to be our first time seeing him since the trade. Has kind of worked his way up to the top line. He's on the top power play now, playing with Lindholm and I believe Mangiapane. So they do okay. It's not that great. But the rest of the lines do play well, and their defensive pairings are all fantastic. It's going to be a very grindy type game for us. They are going to throw bodies. It's going to be a heavier style. They're going to want to play hard cycle games, not the north-south type game that we would prefer. They're going to go more east-west. And so should be a fun one. I think it's going to be a very good test today and tomorrow for Nemec. I think for the most part, he's had an easier run of it for the first three games of the teams he has played. Though I think Seattle was a good test for him. I think these two are going to be even bigger ones, just given the play styles and the kind of players that are on the other side. I definitely am looking forward to seeing how him and even Luke especially perform against these types of matchups, these Western types teams that do play a slightly bit of a different game than you see from a lot of teams out east. Although, generally speaking, it is still hockey. Special teams, their power play is towards the bottom of the league, and their underlying results are actually slightly better than that, but still not great. It's really not that deadly of a power play at all. Our penalty kill, though, has also not been great. So this would be a good barometer test for us. Can we continue to keep power plays that are just not that deadly from finding the back of our net or not? And maybe can find some confidence, get something rolling, so when we do play tomorrow, the Oilers power play, we can have some confidence going into that would be a big deal. Their penalty kill is top 10 by actual, not production, but whatever, penalty kill percentage in the league right now. Their underlying numbers, though, are horrendous. I mean, not horrendous, but like really bad. So it is a team that we should and very likely will get a lot of good chances against. It does seem like for the most part, though, Markstrom has bailed their penalty kill out a lot because they are giving up a lot of scoring chances and high quality chances. It's just the puck is not actually finding the back of the net a lot. So would definitely, we again should win the special teams battle in that sense. So keep an eye out on that as well. Expect chances when we're on the power play. It's just who is in net. Depends on if we'll actually find the back of it or not. And that's really going to do it. Should be another hard fought 5-on-5 battle. They're not quite to the level of Seattle, so don't expect that type of craziness. I would expect a much more even shot count. And it's really going to come down to which goalie does Calgary play and how does our goalie play, depending on which one we go with. We definitely have the more offensive firepower for sure. I would probably give them the edge defensively from a defensive standpoint, but we definitely have the much more skilled offensive defenseman on our side. And so that's really how it's going to play out in this one. 4 o'clock start. Traveling. We got another a game tomorrow. Should be very interesting to see how the team handles this Western road trip for matinee games on the West Coast back to back. Should be good ones. Keep an eye on it. Like I said, keeping this one quick, so not going super in depth really here. So that's going to do it. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning to go over the results of this game and then preview the Oilers one. So tomorrow morning, as always, and forever, let's go Devils, baby.